SyncMaster is finally complete. You can play it on badpaddy.itch.io/SyncMaster. I did not record any clips for this devlog apart from some clips of me making the levels. Most features were already done anyways, so this will just be a really short overview. I mainly worked on the visuals, I made some more sprites, some more animations, I remade the player. Since I was kinda lazy and didn't want to learn actual character animations in pixel art or like spend a lot of time on that, I just made this player, which is basically some robot which doesn't even walk but has this wheel to roll. I did actually spend quite some time on the animation to tweak it so that when you land the spring contracts and when you jump it extends and stuff like that. I could probably have used spring joints from Unity, but I didn't think of that, so I coded all of that. Also, I added a bunch of lights in post-processing, added some lights to the player, I added some light objects which you can place manually. I added also shadow caster, although the environment doesn't cast shadows, that's kind of sad, but I didn't want to spend too much time on it and just wanted to have some lights, some shadows, just to make it look a little bit nicer. Also, the post-processing settings can all be toggled in the settings because I am never sure, especially when I use things like chromatic aberration or lens distortion, I'm never sure whether I'm overdoing it with the post-processing effect, so they can be toggled there. I made my own custom sound effects for pretty much everything. I added sounds to the player, to the laser, to buttons, also to some UI elements in the level editor, and I made all of them in BFXR, which is like this website where you can make retro 8-bit like sound effects. I've gotten quite a bit better at that actually. I did not add music to the game, even though there is a music volume slider, because I wanted to make pretty much everything for this game myself. Like, even the font is custom made. If I at some point in the future learn how to make music, maybe then I'll make some 8-bit track and add it there. Then I made all the levels. I load them basically the same way I load the custom levels. Pre-made levels are stored in streaming assets, which is basically a folder in the Unity project, which will then be included in the build with the same folder structure it had in the Unity project. This also means you could basically just go ahead and modify the levels, even levels that are already pre-made and not meant to be modified. Pre-made levels are initially all locked apart from the first one, and then you unlock the next level once that is completed, and again that unlock value is literally just a number in a JSON file. My levels are not really designed well. I mean, some of them are quite funny and maybe even interesting, but I didn't even really go to the puzzle aspect of the game and more like platformers where you need to account for timing and not really think, how do I need to do this? I mean, I only played them myself, so I'm not entirely sure. One of the levels is kind of funny because initially it was a bug, or not really a bug, more like me not really putting a lot of thought in where I need to put colliders for my player. Essentially only the bulb and only the wheel of the player have a collider, which means you can get this wall laser sort of through your neck and then be dragged upwards by that, and one level depends really on that. Initially it was a bug, but I thought kinda nice feature. SyncMaster is finally complete. I'm kind of happy how it turned out. It could be better, but it's quite alright. You can play it on itch.io, here's the link again, or also in the description. So anyway, play the game if you want, don't play the game if you don't want, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!